Yo, we back. Huh? Yeah, we back. I almost fell asleep. Come on, bro. Y'all trying to take a nap. Speaking of naps, I don't know. We got some fight announcement. And I think y'all might like it. Yeah. Make sure you hit the like button. Hive burner, absolutely. Hey, Tweez got it cracking already. Y'all crazy, bro. The man Tweez, he got it cracking. He said Norman gonna beat the brakes off of Devin. Oh, y'all funny. I missed y'all. Oh man. He said, you know what's up. Hey, I'm like the Kermit drinking the tea. Y'all tripping out here. Y'all really out here tripping. Oh man. Hey, how's the sound? I haven't been live in a minute. Let me know how we are with the sound. Do I need to turn it up? Somebody let me know how the sound is because I haven't been going live, you know? So I need to see how we sounding. I need somebody in the chat to take one for the team. On a scale of 0 to 10, how we sounding? Let me know if I need to go up, down. I need somebody in the chat to take one for the team. On a scale of 0. The sound is good. All right. Shout out to we got a super chat from Tony Miller, $5. Much appreciate. Appreciate you. Listen, I'm killing y'all with content. I know. And I ain't even really tried. This some easy work. This easy work. Y'all gotta keep supporting if you want boxing to be lit. Cause I'm your guy. I'm about to make boxing crack. I know the haters is mad, but I'm the one that gets it cracking. Tell me I haven't been killing y'all with great content. You see me doing some housekeeping, some upgrades. If you want to continue this, the more y'all do for the channel, the more I do for y'all. That's how that works. I'm one person. I'm trying to make everything crack in the sport of boxing. I make it crack, they make it whack. The kid won me some coins yesterday. Go, young fella. Bro, he was hitting Tevin Farmer so hard, bro. Like, I can't say what I want to say because y'all gonna try to cancel me. Y'all gonna try to cancel me, bro. Shout out to Hive Burner Gaming. Should I say it? Y'all not gonna try to cancel me if I keep it real. Should I say it? Yes or no? I'm gonna let the fans pick. I don't want y'all to try to cancel me though. I'm just being real. Don't try to cancel me after I say it. He hit Devin lazy eye. Y'all tripping already. Say it. Say it, F it. Okay. Whatever you sipping on, pass me a cup. Water? Pass you a cup of some Crystal Geyser water? Y'all weird, bro. Y'all be saying some weird stuff. The man said, whatever you sipping on, pass me some of it. I'm drinking like regular, everyday water. Costco Kirkland water. I seen somebody else left me a comment the other day, and they was like, yeah, get on cam, ego. Like, I'm an OnlyFans chick. Bro, don't y'all ever talk to me like that. Bro, what are y'all on? I swear somebody said, get on cam, ego. Huh? Y'all weird, bro. Get on cam sound crazy. That man said, ego, oh, yeah, ego, get on cam. Oh, man. Okay. Don't cancel me when I tell y'all that. Somebody talking about Tevin lazy eye and all that. Blood. The Schofield got power. He got power. That's just part of it. He got power. But Tevin Farmer got Tourette's. So the way the punches was set up and bing bing and hitting him with mixed with the Tourette's, bro, it was looking too crazy. That's bro, because he was just like bow wow with the 1-2, and Tevin Farmer was like it looked too crazy. Bro, he was like, nah, hell nah. Bro, I didn't even come on, bro. That looked too crazy. Like, I want to say the second knockdown, his head fell and he was like he was ticking or something. Nah, they got to get the commission. That can't happen. I can't see that no more, bro. He was like, I had a baby with Rihanna. Hot dog. Like, he was the way he was falling was too crazy, bro. That got to be banned from TV. Whew, the way he was hitting him was crazy. Shout out to Schofield. Hey, listen to me carefully. Shakur Stevenson, a little hater, bro. Let's jump into that bag. Shakur Stevenson is a hater. He's a hater. What y'all think? Boxing novice said I gotta chill. Bro, he was that's what he was doing. I'm just being real, bro. It was a glitch in the matrix. The way he was falling, that looked too crazy. He got caught cold. He wasn't ready. No, he wasn't ready. Bro, he wasn't ready, dog. Shakur a hater, bro. In Shakur Stevenson. I told you the in Shakurs, they some haters. Why everybody associated with Bud Crawford be hating? And then y'all say, I'm a hater. I'm keeping it real. I keep it real. I don't hate on nobody. I don't have no reason to. You see, y'all got it. Y'all got the game fucked up. Y'all say Boxingego be hating, but then y'all watch real hate. Keyshawn Davis, he been tricking the boxing game too long. Tank been tricking y'all. But then y'all say I'm the hater. Bro, when have I ever done a video damn near sounding like I'm finna cry talking about he been tricking the boxing game for too long. Bro, you tricking the boxing game. You tricked us into thinking you was finna fight dangerous Edwin De Los Santos, and then you missed weight by 4 pounds. So you've been tricking the game too long. Bro, I promise you, everybody that's like Crawford's my big brother, they all be hating. It's a pattern. Crawford be hating. Bro, Canelo was trying him. The man don't even barely speak English. Like, it's not his first language. And you let Canelo cook you because he was like, you fight nobody. Name one elite fighter. Bro, Canelo put you on a spot in front of Tom Brady and Shaquille O'Neal. And you had one job to mention Errol Spence Jr., which we all know is your best win, even though it was crashed up Errol Spence and he looked like he was affected. But it's still your best win. Canelo said, you fight nobody. Name one elite, one guy, right? He said, name one person Terrence Crawford talked about. Oh, you gonna say Postal ain't elite? Oh my God, bro. Postal, bro, I'm about to go postal. Listen, they say I'm hot in the East and the West Coast. I'm bi-coastal. Terrence Crawford got asked about his resume. He gonna bring up postal. So I gotta deliver the package. I'm about to go postal. That's a bar, bro. What are you talking about, bro? You talking about Victor Postal. Like, stop it. And in Postal, he was halfway all right. But I still wouldn't be bragging about that. Then you talking about Ricky Burns, bro. You could have said any other Ricky and it would have been better than that. Don't nobody care about that fight but you. You could have said any other Ricky. You could have said Ricky Henderson, Ricky Bobby. You know, I'm not quite sure what to do with my hands, Hal. Shake and bake. You could have used any other Ricky. Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. You could have used any other Ricky, goddamn it. And you brought up this Ricky Burns. Like, stop. Stop. Somebody said he was better off saying Jose Benavidez. Facts. My boy Benavidez, he taking slugs to the leg and was giving you a good fight. Bro, get him out of here. That man said Ricky Burns. You could have said Ricky Martin, anybody. We don't want to hear that. Like, I get from a sentimental point of view that the Ricky Burns fight is near and dear to your heart because it was the first time you became a champion. I'm not even mad. That's like Denzel might have a soft spot for his best or his first movie, right? Oh man, I was in this. It was my. But if somebody asked Denzel Washington what his best role was, he not gonna name the first movie he ever did, which was of lower quality production than some of his classic roles, just because personally he was happy he got on. Do you see what I'm saying? Like Denzel done did so many classics, Hurricane, Training Day, huh? Jake! I need my money, Jake. American Gangster. And it's $25,000 alpaca. You don't wipe that, you blot that. Flight, Equalizer, Glory. Bro, the list goes on and on. He not bringing up whatever a Ricky Burns level movie he did when he got way too many. You really let Canelo kind of punk you. And then Bud gonna switch it up. Cause I ain't been doing no lives, so I ain't really got to talk about that. Then Bud gonna switch it up. He said, name one elite fighter you fought. Bud gonna say, I'm fighting you. Oh my God, bro. Bud is not good on the microphone. Kiss my ass. I don't care what you're talking. He's not good on he's a great fighter. He's skilled. He is not good thinking on the spot, Johnny on the spot at all. And then when I say these things, you guys get mad. If a person's asking you, name an elite name you fought, how are you going to say a fighter, Canelo, that you haven't fought yet? That makes no sense. So if someone said, Ego, name the hottest chick you done smoked, I'm going to name a chick that I ain't never even bump uglies with. That don't even make sense. They want to know, based on my body count, on my body count, chicks that I've smoked, who was the hottest. You can't say some future chick that you hope to smoke. Oh, Halle Berry. Like, oh, you hit? Nah, but I hope to. Like, it don't work like that, bro. This man talking. And then when I say Canelo won the press conference, y'all get mad at me. The Bud Buddies is mad. We're not going to take it. All you do is hate us. Y'all clowns. Y'all straight up clowns. Everything I say is cook up. Y'all need to eat that up. Bud got the country ninjas looking slow. We can roast the ish out of you. Bad example. Bro. Even Terrence know he had a weak resume. But my thing is this. He do got a weak resume, right? But my thing is this. You got a weak resume, right? You still could have said Errol Spence. It still would have been better than whatever you tried to do. You know what I mean? So don't be playing crazy when I say what I say, like what I say don't make sense. That's what y'all good for. Y'all want to play games with me. Like my boxing talk ain't brolic. Like it is not, it's not clocking for you what I'm saying. Why is Ego being this way? Why Ego? Ego, that's all y'all do is cry. Y'all some crying fans. So, yeah. Canelo won the press conference. Clearly. He clowned your resume and put you on a spot you really ain't had nothing to say. He pushed you, right? He had the better, like, trash talk, and English ain't even his first language, bro. Glory Spike Lee helped shape me. Sound crazy, I know. Nah, Glory's that one. Denzel's a beast in that Glory. Shout out to my boy Zelle. Bro, Canelo bodied this man. But anywho, back to it. Devin Haney proved me wrong. I really didn't think him and his dad would take the Brian Norman fight, but money talks. Turkey must have cashed out, and now we have ourselves a fight. Ego, why nobody talking about the Wilder fight? I mean, I don't know. Why y'all be asking me about other people? I don't know what anyone else is doing. I know what I'm talking about. So there's that. I can't speak for why other people don't do whatever. But anyway, this video, I got to talk about the subject at hand. I got stuff to do. So, anywho, the bottom line is Devin did prove me wrong. I didn't think he was going to take the fight. I'm just being real with y'all. I'm being straight up. Make sure you guys follow me on the gram. King of the gram. Trying to get to 75 Thowie. At Boxingego 1. You dig? I need y'all to follow the page. Y'all should have already been did that. Y'all should have been following me on here. But anywho, done deal. You feel me? We got a done dealy. What the dilly? We got a done dilly. Turkey said he got this done. The man Turkey said he got the fight done. Brian Norman, Stormin Norman, WBO champion. There's the actual article or whatever. Brian Norman, Devin Haney will meet for the WBO title in November in Riyadh. Turkey announced. Haney's going to attempt a title in the third division. Okay, then. So, yeah, Devin Haney officially proved me wrong. Like I said, I definitely didn't think he was going to take this fight next. Brian Norman looked, to me, he looked very dangerous in the Jin Sasaki fight. Very dangerous. And he's coming off his best win. So, props to Devin Haney. Props to Brian Norman for taking the fight. Cali Monk, who y'all think gonna be on the Haney Norman undercard? Any predictions? I want to see T.O. get tipped up by Hitchinson. Yeah, that's a good fight. For me, I think it might be on I think they're trying to do Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis, and then I think they're gonna try to put them together. I don't know though. I'm not Turkey, but that's what I think. I think he's gonna try to sew up the Boots fight with Virgil, and then put them both in Saudi Arabia. So I know y'all want to know my thoughts on the whole matter. I still feel pretty much the same way. Boots versus Virgil, I like that fight if it happens. And you got Brian Norman and Devin Haney. I love the fight. Great fight. I've been telling you. I also told you I didn't think Devin Haney and Bill Haney would take the fight because to me, I really don't know how Devin wins this one, bro. That's just being honest. I'm being so real with y'all. I don't see how Devin really wins this one because Brian Norman looks like he can box a bit, and he's like country strong. You know what I mean? Like how Wilder got that country power, that country grammar. Bro, he might hit Devin with that country grammar. I said, underlay, mama, what's popping tonight? He might hit him with that Nelly. Die? Wait a minute now. Bro, he might hit Devin with that. I'm a sucker for cornrows and manicured toes. Hey, Fendi brief pants and parachute clothes. With 1 or 2 pros, I'm dropping them out of high school straight into the pros. Bro, he might hit him with that Nelly over and over again. He might hit him with that Tim McGraw and Nelly, that over and over again. He might hit him with that Midwest, that South. You know what I mean? I don't know, bro. Somebody said it's getting hot in here. Yeah, he about to hit. It's getting hot in here. I think my butt get big. Oh. You about to hit it with, I think my butt get big. Oh. Oh, my God. You about to hit him with that ching-a-ling. Pick me up if you want to come roll with me. And you was my lady. See you with Saudi if you want to come roll with me. It was word how we met, huh? She was with her mom and I'm with my son Cash in the chair. Bro, he finna hit him with that ludicrous and disturb the peace. Welcome to Atlanta Jack and Hammers and Voles. Back to the Mac of the Jack and the Clothes. Adolescent pack of the foe. I knock on the door. Who is it? Bro, he gonna hit him with that disturbing the peace. I've got woes. I've got woe in different area code. Hey, I love Luda, but the only thing sus he said, that man said, I Bangkok and Bangkok. Huh? Bro, I love Ludacris. He should have never said that though, bro. I know, I understand because I rap. So sometimes you write something like in your mind, it sounded kind of good. It sounded kind of hot. But then when you actually record it, it don't, nah, bro. Bro, that man said, I've got whoa. That man, and he said it, and he got that powerful voice. So I Bangkok and Bangkok. Like, nah, you should have ruminated on that, Luda. That man was crazy. Nah, bro. What does that even mean for real? Like, that don't, nah. Nah, bro. I mean, bro, he just was too into the song, I think. And he just got, man, I Bangkok and Bangkok. Luda. Bro, he was too into it. He had Nate Dogg. He was doing a music video. And he was scribbling up them bars. Man, I Bangkok and Bangkok. Bro, they wouldn't have put you in the Fast and Furious if they heard that line, probably. Nah, it ain't worse than Biggie. Biggie got listen, rest in peace to Biggie Smalls, but nah, Biggie got the most sus line ever created. Bro, he said she looks so good, I'll probably suck on her daddy. Bro, she ain't look that good. I ain't seen the Beezy, but I promise you she ain't look that good. Bro, there's no woman on God's green earth that looked that good to say what Biggie said. The man said, she looks so good, I'll probably on the daddy. Bro, she ain't look that good. Bro, the 90s was crazy. They said that video with Biggie and LL, they said LL said, he shit. And they said it was a he shit in the video. Never mind, bro. Y'all trying to get me canceled, bro. He said that. I don't know what LL, that one, couscous. Whatever LL was talking about, couscous. They said he said, he shit. I don't know what was going on in the video, though. But somebody did a podcast and said that was, I don't know, Shia LaBeouf and Transformers or something. No cap, Luda and Pac, my favorite rappers. Yeah, Luda's underrated, bro. The incredible, untouchable, bro. The incredible, untouchable ninja spitting fit him out of body with the dopest flow. And wonder why the lines around the corner because the little mother had the dopest show. 2 times for my independent women that be getting that cake. Bro, Luda, what? Oh, I love DMX too. Bro, I know real music. Come on, bro. I'm hip hop. I told y'all TikTok, I'm hip hop. Luda is from Atlanta. I mean, everybody knows that. Brian Norman's from Atlanta too. And he about to hit Devin with that Luda. That disturbing the peace. Bro, Bill Haney done talked his son into something. And we gonna see if Devin can get out of it. Because he about to get hit with that Atlanta. That welcome to bro, he about to get hit to that. Welcome to Atlanta, Jack and Hammers and Vogues. Back to the Mac of the Jack of the Clo. Adolescent pack of the foe. I knock on the door. Who it, bro? He about to get hit with that. Where the players play and on a like every day. Bro, he about to get hit with that Brian Norman Atlanta. I don't know why they took the fight, but I'm glad they are. Great. Let's see it. I don't know how that's going to really work. Bro, he about to get hit with that T.I. trap music when Brian Norman clock him upside the head with that. a G, yeah. Bring him out, bring him out. It's hard to yell when the Swizzy. He about to get hit with the Swizzy. TIP coming live on the VIP. Bro, you about to get hit with all types of Atlanta. Y'all better stop playing. All right, let's be real. I want to hear from the Haneyacks. Devin beats Brian Norman. That's what you booking? Bro, the Haneyacks are pathetic. Let's just be real. They are pathetic. Credit for taking the fight, for sure. For sure. Do you have Devin beating Brian Norman at 147? Because, see, this is what happens when you talk a lot, bro. This is what happens when you talk a lot. He already done clown rehydration clause, so I don't want to see no rehydration, no catch weight, flat 147, no rehydration. You try to roast Tank Davis for the Ryan Garcia weight stipulations. So, and Devin is a person that be rehydrating 20-something pounds the next day. So, you big enough to fight Norman at the full 147 and no rehydration because you say you don't do that. Bro, I don't really like. Devin gets hit. He not Mayweather, bro. He get hit. He got hit by Lomachenko. Lomachenko got them T-Rex arms. Them Jurassic World rebirth arms. Bro, this Lomachenko arms. This is why he retired, because his arms look this big. Bro, tell me Lomachenko got long arms. He got Jurassic World rebirth arms and was touching Devin. And he was He was touching him in them late rounds with them little Velociraptor arms. Loma arms this big and was touching Devin at 35. Brian Norman gonna get some shots off. And my thing is this. Can Devin hurt Brian Norman? Honestly. In your opinion, let's break down the fight. Y'all don't want to break down the fight. I'm trying to break it down. I'm being so serious. Can Devin hurt Brian Norman? Honestly, I'm trying to really break down the fight with y'all. Can he hurt him? He said maybe his feelings. Nah, I'm talking about hurt him. I'm talking about like club him. We be clubbing. Like club him and hurt him. So this is when I look at fights, I really look at all the intangibles. I look at all the info that I have, right? So my take, I don't think Devin hurts Brian Norman, which means he has one path to victory, which is to stay safe for 12 rounds, title fight 12 rounder. So it's not a 10 rounder. You got 12 rounds, you got to stay safe, and then on top of staying safe, you have to outbox him. The other thing is, bro, Turkey do not give a about the fighters. Turkey will put you like you just got back from World War III, World War II, the Civil War, Vietnam, and he gonna send you off to the next one. Bro, Turkey does not care. Bro, Turkey don't care. He said no. I want no Tom and Jerry. He don't care, bro. There's no way. My thing is this. I don't condone ducking, cherry picking, blah, blah, blah. That's common sense. However, there's a way to properly move fighters and develop fighters to extend the fighter's career that is intelligently makes sense. If you put most fighters under duress each and every fight, if they are not good enough, they getting clapped up. And most of these guys aren't Floyd Mayweather. They're simply put, they're not good enough to fight. I think when Floyd fought Cotto, look at Floyd Cotto to Floyd Berto. You know what I mean? Floyd was fighting killer after killer after killer. Cotto, killer. Got out the little prison stint. Robert Guerrero, his mandatory, who was doing well for himself at the time, southpaw, bigger than Floyd. Then he fought Canelo. Then he fought Maidana after Maidana almost knocked Broner out. Then he fought Maidana in a rematch to clean it up. Then he fought Pacquiao. Then he fought Berto. That's 7 fights off the top of my dome because I'm a genius. I'm the best in the business. I don't need cue cards. I'm the best speaker. I really am boxing, right? So I just listed 7 Floyd fights in a row chronologically off the top of the dome. There's no fighter doing that right now. None. Canelo's last 7 fights were not all killers. Devin's last 7 in a row were not killers. Jose Ramirez, he was coming off a loss. So there goes that. I promise you, nobody's really doing it like that. How funny was it that Crawford Canelo press conference got like 100K views? UFC 10X that on UFC 317. Sad place our sport is in. Dang. Bro, because boxing fans aren't meatheads. They're not stupid. You can't just force. They're trying so hard to sell you on Canelo Crawford, and it's cap. Nobody really asked for the fight. You could get Max Kellerman. You could get Mad Max. You could get whatever Max you want. Nobody care about none of that. You're not finna sell us on something that nobody really requested. We wanted Canelo up there with David Benavidez. We wanted to see Crawford fight Boots, Virgil Ortiz, Charlo, somebody like that. That's what should have happened. And now this is just like a gimmick fight that because Turkey has the money to do it, he enticed the fighter and they're forcing it. They're kind of forcing it down your throat. And people see that. And part of it that shows you is a gimmick. Bud don't want to fight nobody at 168. He didn't want to fight. He wouldn't fight Benavidez. He was like, man, I might as well move up to heavyweight. All right, do it then. You want the guaranteed, you know what I mean? You want the guaranteed bag fight. Chavez Jr. probably threw more punches than Crawford will versus Canelo. He gonna fight just like Charlo did, even if he says he ain't. If not, he getting a mere con. Shout out to Matt. Bro, I'm so off that fight. It's just it's dumb. It's dumb. Fight gives me WWE vibes. Word. Because that's how they playing it. Everything look like Canelo pushed Crawford. Y'all was eating dinner 2 days prior. Come on, bro. You really think we stupid? You were eating trout or whatever y'all was eating 2 days ago, and now you guys are sworn enemies, but you was doing photo ops with the op. I don't buy it. I can't get into that. Like it just, and then like I feel like Crawford, he seemed out of character. He seemed out of he's like trying too hard. I feel. When have you known Crawford to be so aggressive and like trash talky? That's just not. That's not really been his bag. But now all of a sudden, he's the heel character. I walked you down, and man, come on, bro. Yo, speaking of fights, let me see Schofield versus Shakur because Schofield is lightning fast. I think he can chin that bucktooth ninja. Yeah, Shakur need to fight him. Run that back. You think he's shaking in his boots? Who? Who's he? I don't know. I don't even know who you're talking about. Who's shaking in their boots? Yeah, bro. The Crawford Canelo fight, it really seemed like artificial. But back to Devin Haney and Brian Norman. I'm glad. It's a good fight. I have no complaints with the fight. The only thing is I don't really understand, other than money, why Devin would take this fight. This don't seem like a great fight for him, you know, at all. Um, and like, bro, I'm telling you, Turkey do not care. Turkey do not care because nothing he's been saying recently would actually benefit a fighter like Devin Haney. He's talking about no Tom and Jerry, no running. Devin will be fighting his first fight at the full 147, and he talking about smaller rings and no running. How does that benefit Devin Haney? Devin Haney ain't going to manhandle Brian Norman. Maybe give Schofield Javante or Murataya. Honestly, that fight would be a hood classic. Yeah, I mean, Tank got to handle business with Roach. I don't know what Murataya's up to. Like I said, I give credit for both fighters for taking the fight, but I don't understand the aim unless you're just trying to cash out and you want some money. I mean, but this is what I was telling you. Devin Haney, I this is my personal opinion. Devin don't really have that many options. That Ryan Garcia fight, like I've been telling the Haneyac content creators, all they do is lie, so they're not going to keep it real. That Ryan fight impacted Devin Haney in such a negative way, his stock dropped too crazy. Then you had the Jose Ramirez performance, which a lot of people didn't find thrilling. So he didn't really have many options. You tried to fight T.O., that didn't work for whatever reason. T.O. said it was a setup, blah, blah, blah. And then your dad running around was trying to create something and keep the name and the brand afloat. And he done talked himself into, in my opinion, what seems to be a bad fight for Devin Haney. Bro, just be real. Like, explain this. Explain this stuff, people. Matt Borkson, $5. Bomax Potbelly almost exploded, and he almost had an aneurysm watching his wannabe rapper Young Thug looking fool get KO'd by Hammer Hands. You saw, bro, he got knocked out in the last round. Yeah, I watched that. I seen that. Mm-mm-mm. But Jake Paul, he shouldn't have put a new prospect. He was like 17-0, but he ain't fought no big names. You put him in with an experienced power puncher. That should have been your first fight with a new promotion. But whatever. Dog, I truly think that Bill talked his son into a corner. Talked his son. Like, I told you about the Haneys. They care, to me, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, they care more about the image. They care about their image so much to the point where it don't matter if it makes sense. It don't matter if it's true. They care about their image. So Bill don't want to be out there looking bad. So he just running around acting a fool and like, oh man, we looking for Brian Norman. We looking for, but it's like Candyman. If you keep going in the mirror calling Candyman name, eventually he gonna appear. And the Haneys tried this with several different fighters. Bill was like, tank, 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 tank. Where T.O.? We looking for T.O. Richardson Hitchens, we looking for Richardson. Bro, it was only a matter of time. When you do this to like clout chase everybody and say you want to fight, Bill said his dream fight for Devin was Jaron Ennis. Eventually, at least one of these fights was going to present itself. And now I think they kind of talked themselves into a corner. And it is not good because Bill can't fight for Devin. He barely can even coach Devin. I ain't hear no legendary coaching when he fought Ryan or Jose Ramirez. I ain't hear no legendary technical advice that would benefit Devin when he was getting mopped up by Ryan. Bro, Haney and Norman is basically to the casual who versus who. There's no appeal to that fight aside from watching Haney get slept with blankie and milk. Hey, Matt is out here tripping, bro. Matt tripping. He said slept with a blankie and milk. Matt got bread. Bro, Matt is out here bugging, though. He said, and see, that's why I said Turkey don't care. See, oh my gosh. Y'all don't want to listen. I've been right from the beginning. Y'all can't take that away. Look, Turkey, in my opinion, is like influenced by boxing Twitter and boxing Reddit and running his business in conjunction with like kind of the commentary that you hear on these social platforms, which is not good because like Matt said, hardcores, myself, I'm a hardcore. I dedicated over 13 years of my life plus to boxing. So there's that. I'm a hardcore, right? Hardcores are going to like Brian Norman versus Devin Haney. I love it. Great fight. Great fight. I don't have no problem with it. But like Matt is saying, it's not a big commercial fight on its own. I don't know if they're going to, package it with something else like Jaron Ennis or something. I don't know. But it's not really like this grandiose major fight on its own. Again, you got to understand the difference between hardcores and casuals. There's no fight in boxing history that was on pay-per-view that achieved millions of buys, million plus buys, that did not attract any casuals. Period. It's like anytime you see a music artist that goes diamond, you're not just attracting black people. Like let's say it's a rapper, right? You're not just attracting black people. That artist has transcended just one community and is big, and there's other people. Like, for example, like when you look at Ludacris's and the Snoop Dogg's and Eminem's and Tupac's and all the Jay-Z, and they're doing million plus sales. That's not only black people buying a album at that point, because to get the numbers that they've sold is bigger than just black community only, urban communities, right? Even if everybody in the hood bought it, it's only but a certain amount of people. So the people going like 50 Cent going diamond, that means white kids in the suburbs is listening to 50 Cent too. Boxing is the same way, right? Where to get the million plus like Tank and Ryan Garcia is because they were able to attract fans who don't watch boxing as hardcore as some of us in the chat right now. All right, Matt Borgson, he said Times Square car was literal tragedy to the branding image of boxing. Kids be thinking boxing is basically modern day NyQuil. Wow. He said, yeah, that was horrible. That fatal flop was horrible. Modern day music that transcend to diamond status in 2025 got that rack. Big Tush blonde, weigh 105 pounds at 6'2", and sings like they whisper is trash. Yeah, I don't like the new music either. Kamal Oz, $5. Appreciate you guys. My guy, Christian and Billy, is must-see TV. His performances keep flying under the radar. No one ever had done that to Selecki, just like Schofield did to Tevin Farmer. Nobody knocked him out in the first round like that, and nobody did Selecki in the first round like that. Next stop, Canelo undercard. Yeah, and Billy Raw. See, but that's my point. Like, Bud, why he ain't do a tune-up with M. Billy? Bro, Bud would get crushed. I really believe that. Bud is lucky that Turkey is looking out for him and just allowing him to not have to put in no work in the higher weight class and just granting him access to Canelo Alvarez and got the infrastructure or the money or whatever to make that happen. Because, bro, if you put Bud with Diego Pacheco, if you put Bud with M. Billy, guys who aren't as accomplished as Canelo at 168, Bud, I don't know if he beating them guys. And even if he did, it's not going to be easy. That's why this seemed like a cash out fight. For real, for real. Tell me I'm lying. Like, okay, Bud don't want no tune-ups. He don't want no experience. He don't want to acclimate to 160 plus. He wants to be out the ring, or he will be out the ring over a year when the fight happens. He's going to be 38 the month the fight happens. And he's moving up pretty much 3 divisions because he only got the one fight. You weren't even like seasoned at 54. So you're really moving up. People are saying 14 pounds technically because he did fight Madrimov. But realistically, you're kind of moving up 3 because you weren't like this long campaigning 54 pounder. So it seemed too, if you're a natural athlete, that seems too unrealistic that a fighter wants to be at that many disadvantages with an undefeated record, unless they're planning on cashing out and retiring if they lose. It seemed like too crazy. Ain't nobody finna do that, bro. That's why I feel like this fight is like it's gonna disappoint people. I really believe that. Could be wrong. Probably not, but it could be. I don't know. And Billy is raw, but he seemed like a caveman. Just Unga Boogas, that person just straight up dogging him. No adjustments in that man's DNA at all. Yeah, but it's working. That and Billy-ish is working. I seen an interview. Crawford said their weight class for a reason. He would never fight Canelo. I guess that money changed his mind. Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly it. And that interview wasn't even that long ago. It was like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, maybe. Right? And he was like, I'm not moving up. You guys don't know ish about boxing to think I could just fly through the weight class. Now I walked you down, Canelo. I'm not. it's I don't like it. I don't like it. A lot of you guys get hyped up over talk. When you've been doing this as long as I've been doing it, talk don't really matter. Tevin Farmer, he was like, Schofield can't show me nothing. Then he got knocked out in the first round. So talk don't mean nothing. Talk don't mean nothing. And even if you mean it in your, like, Tevin Farmer probably meant that what he said, but he got caught. He got caught. So you said Floyd Schofield, you was gonna sun him, and he ain't gonna show you nothing new. And then it actually happened, and it didn't play out like you forecasted. So Crawford thought he was smart for fighting for $4 million with Bob Arum. Facts. Yeah, walked him down on stage at a press conference with a stage full of people. That comment was kind of weird. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what makes it feel more scripted and more WWE. Like, you're not even in fight camp. You're in like a pre-camp at best. And like, I be around fighters. So fight week, things can get chippy because people are mad. They done made months worth of sacrifices, weeks worth of sacrifices. They're hungry. They're dehydrated. So yeah, you might be chippy. This is way before you haven't even descended down to your cut. And then now you guys are riled up days after eating dinner. And you talking about, I walked you down. I walked you down when there's like 6-foot security guards there. And you guys both stand to make so much money. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna punch him and then ruin your paycheck? It's just like, come on, bro. How did you walk him down, bro? Bro, I'm telling you, Crawford seems out of character. Like, he's not a good MC. He was like, yeah, man, when I fight Cotto, I mean, Canelo, because the whole crowd was like, boo. They started booing him. He said he fighting Cotto. Cotto? Bro, Cotto been retired for years. You think you fighting Cotto? That's how, to me, that shows you that it's not natural. The man said, when I fight Cotto. And then, like, some of the stuff don't even add up. He says, I'm not going to run. But then when somebody else brought it up, the turkey and the small ring and all that, he's like, can't nobody tell me how to fight. It is a forced fight, cash grab scam on the public. Facts, come on. Dang, Ego, you roasting Crawford bad. Why, homie? Bro, you guys are corny. Leave me alone with the corny stuff. Me telling the truth is not roasting somebody. I don't understand. Like, so you guys are so used to being deceived and lied to that when a person keep it real and tell you exactly all facts, he called him Cotto. I didn't make that up. I didn't pull that out of a hat. He literally called him Cotto. And you guys say stupid stuff. Man, you clowning him. It's not clowning him. I'm depicting what happened. He called the man Cotto. This is what I don't believe about I'm giving you guys fact. What you want me to do? Lie? And then you'll be like, you hate Crawford. I don't hate him. Why would I hate him? I don't have to like what y'all like. If you love the fight, good. Go buy it. Kiss my ass. Y'all always be like, oh, mad at my opinion. Oh, why you say that? Oh, you a hater. You hate. Like, it's not hate. I don't have to like what you like. If you eat fried bologna every day, that's cool. I don't want that. I'm not eating that right now. So, yeah, Crawford talking about he ain't going to run. But then at a different press conference, he said, can't nobody tell me how to fight. I've been fighting all my life. And I don't believe in that no run stuff. when you get touched, if you get hurt and get hit with that touch of death, you're gonna run. I've seen the most aggressive fighters that are come forward fighters, and when their legs is noodles and they get clipped up, they go into survival mode just like anybody else. So I don't, like I said, it's just like fake hype. Ain't no, so you're gonna let him if he hurts you, which he's capable of doing. If he hurts you, you're just gonna stay and bang it out and hope for the best. I don't know. Show me that. And another thing that makes it fake is like, if you just confident that you could walk people down and destroy them and all this, you should have been fighting at 168 then. Why you ain't fight Diego Pacheco? See, that's what I'm saying. You trying to pick and choose, bro. I'm telling you, Canelo, you're trying to pick and choose. Canelo's the shortest of the bunch. He's not the oldest, but he's older, like mileage on him, because he started so young as a pro fighter at age 15. And then he also represents a jackpot. That's why you're fighting him, bro. I'm not going to say Crawford's not going to try. He's going to try, but I'm not impressed with this fight. Dana White, he was on like a show announcing the fight. He don't know what he's talking about. He was literally reading cue cards. I'm looking at him, and he's announcing Crawford, and he don't know what to say. Didn't you say Turkey's Netflix meeting was a disaster? Yeah, it was. But that's why they got Nick Khan involved. I definitely heard that. But there's what you guys don't understand about business is just because something occurs doesn't mean it's once and done. So I know you was trying to clown me or whatever, but you sound stupid. That's how business works. You can have there's like an actor and then they blew the casting call and they almost didn't get the role, but then something else occurred and they tried again and re-auditioned and then got the role. It's business. Murder Sports YT, what's up? I don't think Haney makes it to the fight. Dang. What I don't like about the Haney-Norman fight, it's in Saudi Arabia. That really feel like an American fight, but whatever. So that's one thing. And two, I don't like that it's in November. I feel like if you think about it, that don't happen that much where there's a fight and it gets announced almost 5 months ahead of schedule. I feel like that's kind of far out. It's like 4.5 months away. That's too far out. Too much can go wrong. So I'm not going to hold my breath. Don't be surprised if like, oh, Brian Norman got injured. Oh, Devin Haney got injured or something like that. That's pretty far away. And again, is the audacity of the fight because it's a dangerous fight. And Ring is famous for putting out all these fights are done and stuff, and then come to find out paperwork wasn't signed or it just wasn't sewed up. So we seen Shakur Stevenson and Schofield fall out in the last minute. We seen Daniel DeBall and Parker fall out in the last minute. So I won't be happy until they're in the ring. Turkey is paying Netflix for licensing fee, not the other way around. They use their TKOW connections to bribe Netflix to show the fight. And the other thing is they putting the fight on for free. They don't want it on that pay-per-view. So that, to me, that seemed desperate. Like, bro, if you, hold on. Let's be real. They keep saying Canelo Crawford is the biggest fight in the century or whatever. Cap. Okay. Answer yourself this question. If you could charge $100 because you had the hottest product that everybody want, would you ever put it for free? Answer that question, yes or no. If you had the hottest product that everybody want, would you give it away for free or make $100 a pop? For as a business. Okay, everybody's saying no. There we go. That's what I'm saying. Mayweather Pacquiao, they were able to charge I happily paid for the fight, no problem. I paid $100 for it, right? Happily paid for it. So if Canelo and Crawford was as big as they're saying it is, why would you not put a paywall behind it? If you could do it and you thought it would be successful. I know you're not a big fan of Jake Paul. I'm not either. But could you see a scenario where Jake Paul fights Deontay Wilder next? Wilder's decline. I don't see that, but maybe. I don't see that Wilder fight happening. Wilder still got some power and experience and stuff. I don't see it, but that's just me. Bro, ain't nobody, if you could charge $100 for it, then you would charge $100 for it as a business. Period. Second, I do not believe personally that Canelo Crawford will outdo Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I do not believe that. I don't think it's going to outdo that number. Because Mike Tyson and Jake Paul had, especially for casuals, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul had more of a curiosity factor. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, Jake Paul has a brand. Like, even the people that don't like him, they know who he is. And everybody know Mike Tyson. Everybody know not everybody knows Terrence Crawford, bro. UFC didn't even know who he was. They was calling him Kendrick Lamar. You see what I'm saying? Not everyone knows him. And even Canelo's big, but he's not Mike Tyson big. There's no way Canelo's more known than Mike Tyson. Like, you could show a picture of your mama of Mike Tyson, and she'll probably be able to say, "Oh, that's Mike Tyson." You could show your mama a picture of Canelo. She might not. She mess around and think it's the Notre Dame mascot or one of the Little Rascals. Not everyone know Canelo, bro. Stop. Canelo Z-Side Bud will lose a ton of money. It's a major flop. Talk to him, Kamal. Let's go. Yeah, major flop. Jesse Carl, I'm still sticking to my bet from a couple years ago. Haney won't get another. You really did say that too. He said Haney won't get another KO for the rest of his career. If he does, save this live and I'll cash app $100 to members. Oh, wow. That man said Haney will never get another knockout. You know what? That's not even a bad bet because now you didn't take care of your weight and keep your weight down. Devin would have had a better chance outweighing dudes trying to get a knockout than trying to knock out people who are bigger than him naturally, like at welterweight or 154 or something like that. If you show a picture of Canelo, they might think it's little orphan Annie. I'm done, bro. They said Haney is Debo. Wasn't Debo knocking Muff out? Bro, that's just Bill talking. Bill, that's all he do is talk. And it looked dumb. He said no one wants to fight Devin Haney, but then Brian Norman said I'll fight him, and then you put the real paper. Turkey put real paperwork and pen to pad. It got the numbers right. Easy fight to make, bro. Listen, the Haneyacks look so stupid. Let's be real. Why? Like, honestly, I need to hear from a true Haneyack. I need to hear from a true Haneyack because you guys sound stupid. Okay. You're only in boxing. They say you're only as good as your last two performances. Devin's last two performances were Ryan Garcia, where he got mollywopped and slaughtered, and a fight with Jose Ramirez, where people thought he would fought negative. Why would people be afraid to fight that version of Devin Haney, given you're only as good as your last two performances, and your last two performances were those ones I just mentioned? They are hyperventilating right now. Good. Because they can't outthink me, so they can do whatever. Explain. Devin and Bill called him out first. Who cares? What does that mean? But to be honest, I think Bill be doing that, calling out everybody and then not expecting it to work. Like, I think he was calling out people and then the fight don't happen so he could say everybody's afraid of Debo Haney or whatever. That's what I really think happened. It just so happened Turkey showed an interest in the fight. Brian Norman accepted the money, and now it's too late. Now you in the fight. That's what I think happened. I think that it was Canelo and Z-Side. I already read that. Come on. He said I missed a super chat. I already read that. You said Z-Side Bud is a major flop. I read that for sure. I read it before Jesse Carl. Adrian, what's up? Bro. That was a call out gone wrong. I agree. Honestly, I think Bill Haney was content with almost like the fight different fights not happening, so he can say that nobody wants to fight Devin. But this will happen sometimes when people call your bluff. So that's how I looked at this. Like, honestly, is there anybody in the chat picking Devin to beat Brian Norman? I'm really curious. If you are, don't be afraid. Definitely speak up. Anybody in the chat that feels comfortable and they're really picking Devin Haney to beat Brian Norman at 147. Where the Haneyacks at? Tom Brady. Okay, you got a picture of him, so you obsessed with him probably. All right, Tom Brady. Why are you picking Devin? And by how? How are you picking him? How is it in? And why are you picking Devin? I want to hear. But see, that's what I'm saying. I can't take people like him serious. You got a picture of him. So you probably like Stan. Please don't come there wondering why. Even if I could, it will all be great. Put your picture on my wall. It reminds. Dear Devin, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. Bro, you a Stan. You put the man at your. I put you on the wall and, bro. Come on, where he at? Look, he writing another letter. Please don't come there wondering why. Devin, if I could, it would all be great. Got you beat and beat Norm Storm. It remind. Bro, where's this man at? Why are you picking Devin? Why your picture is Devin? Dear Devin, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell pager and my home phone at the bottom. I sent Bill 2 letters. You must not have got them. There probably was a problem at the post office or something. I heard you broke up with your girl, but uck it. What's up? How's your daughter? I'm about to be your father. Guess what I'm going to call her? I'm going to name her Devin. Bro, look, he laughing. See, you a troll, bro. You done got Devin picture. Whatever. You not serious. Anybody seriously picking Devin? Come on, bro. I think Devin can outbox him to a decision. He's the better technical fighter. All right, let's see it. Bro, do you watch box? Like, y'all starting to piss me off. The man couldn't outbox a drunk Ryan. Y'all forgot about that part? Where the Haney at? Bro, Ryan was tipsy. Jaquan. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Bro, the man was drunk. It was the fight week. And Ryan was in the club singing Keisha Cole. No, Keisha. That's what happened. You didn't outbox him. I'm picking Haney to get Hopkins. Come on, ain't got no shame, bro. He said he gonna get Hopkins knocked out this ring. Oh my gosh, bro. Kamal said he gonna get scraped up out the ring. We got a cash app from my boy Adrian Molina. $5. It said blessings to the boxing family. Shout out to you for the $5. Appreciate you. Dog. Devin didn't outbox Ryan, who was halfway drunk and didn't really train. Then he fought Jose Ramirez, and he looked like he couldn't get off the blocks. Jose Ramirez couldn't get no type of offense. He looked like he couldn't pull the trigger. Brian Norman don't have that problem. Brian Norman don't have no, like, I can't pull the trigger. So Devin had trouble with Ryan because of the speed. Norman is not as fast. Oh my God. Bro, these are the Haniacs, bro. Welcome. These are the Haniacs. Now he's saying it's because Ryan was too fast. He was drunk, though. You can't deal with a drunk Ryan speed? Like, Devin got clipped in the first round in like 30 seconds. Like, bro, come on. These dudes is delusional. Okay. Since Ryan's so fast, would you pick Ryan to defeat Brian Norman? Let's see. Let's check that. If Ryan fought Brian Norman at 147, who would you favor? Ryan didn't even look like he was in like fight shape, bro. Come on, bro. Brian Norman stay in shape. So that's, come on, dog. Y'all just be saying anything trying to make a point. It's sad. It's really sad. Brian Norman is young. Brian Norman is more disciplined. He was in better shape than Ryan was in. He arguably hits harder than Ryan, even though Ryan got a really good left hook. Brian Norman has a good left hook. And like, to be honest, I would say Norman is more of a two-handed puncher than Ryan. Ryan's bread and butter is kind of that left. Brian Norman can get some things done. I've seen it. He can get some things done with the left or right more than Ryan. Like, y'all got to keep in mind, too, that there were these intense rumors that Brian Norman hurt Crawford in sparring. We know Crawford stay in the gym. We know Crawford always spar, always in shape. So if those rumors are true, you know, the power, and then he must have had something. Bro, Devin is not better than Crawford. He's not better than Crawford, dog. And I know it's sparring, but I'm just saying, it's still, if you're able to get something going with Crawford, even in a sparring scenario, that's impressive. And Crawford got more power than Devin. This feels like the next lawsuit Bill and Devin are concocting. I'm so done, bro. He said it's the next lawsuit. Somebody said, who would I say is the more skillful fighter, Devin or Brian? I don't know. Like, Brian Norman get hit. He get hit because he's aggressive. But my thing is this. Even if you have Devin as more skilled, I don't think it's an astronomical gap of skill difference. Like Floyd Mayweather versus Robert Guerrero. That is a fight where the skill set, two different leagues, right? I don't think it's that. So you could be like, oh, Devin's more well-rounded. Cool, fine. But I don't think he's night and day so much more well-rounded where he can easily offset everything that Brian Norman got going on. You know what I mean? Because that's just a lot. You got a lot of stuff like what, okay, rate Devin Haney's defense. I want to see where y'all at. 10 is Pernell Whitaker level defense, Floyd Mayweather level defense. Rate Devin. You keep hating and I will be back in November just to say I told you, Devin. I don't care, bro. You still going to be broke in November. I don't care what you talking about. Devin's defense is a 4-0-8-3-4-6-5-5-7. Okay, so that's my point. Ain't nobody giving him a 10 for defense and saying he on the level of Pernell Whitaker. So Devin's defense is cool, but it's not like, it's not 10 cool. It's not like, oh, he a 10. So that's what I'm saying. It's a difficult fight to me. And unless Devin can show me something different and put it all together, yeah, that's a super difficult fight. Because his defense, like, how can you say his defense is supreme, but Ryan kept like touching him? Like, I'm gonna be real. I don't want a fighter to cheat. I don't want a fighter to be on drugs. Make that clear. However, you're not gonna justify everything based on like Osterine, a SARM. It's not how that works. Because here's the thing. Floyd Mayweather gets hit by Shane Mosley in the second round. He never got hit like that ever again for the remainder of the fight. So a fighter of Floyd's caliber can always make adjustments to the point where they're not constantly being hit with the same shot. Devin, how can you say his defense, even with Ryan being on drugs, how can you say his defense is like stupid elite, but he kept getting hit with the same shot over and over? Whereas a Floyd, if you get him with a good shot, you're not getting that off that easy, and it's not going to happen again. Andre Ward, another person. The shot that dropped him, Ward never got hit with that for the remainder of the fight and the second fight. He never got hit like that again from Kovalev. Never. Bro, the Haneyacks are drunk as hell. Devin will be stronger at 147. He showed pop in the Regis Prograis fight. Bro, then why didn't he finish Regis Prograis? Regis was coming off a horrible performance, and he outweighed Regis, and he didn't stop him. Y'all just be saying whatever, bro. Bro, Regis looked not so great in that fight. Why didn't Devin stop him if he showed pop? Devin's best defense is Bill talking him out of the fights or after the fight lawsuits. Facts. Bro, these people, that's what I'm saying. We can't even have a good boxing discourse because of fan bases like the Haneyacks. It's like you're just doing too much and you don't know enough. Bro, Regis Prograis like 35, 36 or whatever. Brian Norman, that was at 140. Oh my God, Master Goku cooked y'all. Yeah, why he ain't finished Ramirez? Bro, so let's be real. Ramirez and Regis both didn't look great. He don't finish either one. The Haney channels are delusional. I try to tell y'all, they're not keeping it real. Okay, so if David Benavidez or David Morrell fought a Jose Ramirez type of opponent that was a former champion but hadn't looked good for 5 years and fought him at a catch weight, moving him up from a smaller weight, Benavidez ain't going to stop that person. Morrell ain't going to stop that person. If Morrell fought a Regis Prograis type person who was like mid-30s, legs didn't look great, coming off a bad performance, they're not stopping them. Y'all be copping mad pleas for certain fighters you want. Regis looked horrible at home versus Zorilla and got dropped in that fight. And that would probably would encourage Bill and Devin to want to take him. Shane Mosley did get at the Haneys. Bro, you talking about he showed pop at 140 pounds. Well, guess what? 140 pounds ain't the same as 147 now, is it? Y'all just be saying anything. Talking about he showed pop, but he ain't got knockout since 2019. So where's the pop at? You haven't had a knockout since 2019. So again, show me this pop that y'all talking about. These dudes are on fentanyl. They out there fent. Facts, come on. Bill just went on Cigar Talk and said the reason they fought like that with Ramirez is because Devin showed if he don't want to get hit with a hook, he don't have to. All right, bro. I mean, Bill, he can say whatever he want. So my thing is this. That's one of the dumbest things I've heard. Because here's why. Floyd Mayweather said, if you make a mistake, you got to pay. Right? So if you wanted to prove something and you want to prove that you don't get hit with the hook if you don't want to, cool. But then you're supposed to follow that up with a counter shot, combinations, and show that I'm going to punish you every time you miss with the hook. Right? Why would you go out for 12 rounds and move just to show that, hey, y'all thought I was susceptible to the hook? Not anymore. That's fine and dandy. Where was the offense, though? Where was the committal to, like, trying to make a statement? That, to me, that would have proved more. People said, you're not the same. You might not be the same since the Ryan fight, blah, blah, blah. Cool. So if you really wanted to prove something, wouldn't it be to have proper defense, not get hit with the hook, but also make a person like Jose Ramirez, who wasn't doing much of anything, after a certain amount of rounds, neutralize him and get him out of here? But that's not what Devin did. He fought the same way and he wouldn't sit down. Tarver was saying it. Everybody was saying it. So to me, that's not a good excuse. Not a good excuse at all. Because, like I said, at best, you showed you don't get hit. And like the other thing is, you didn't fight the same guy. Ramirez, like who no one even wanted you to fight Ramirez. You just picked him. He was coming off a loss. So you showed you don't get hit with the hook against a guy who ain't really hooked nobody since Maurice Hooker. That's another reason. See, bro, the Haneys, y'all just let them get away with saying anything. You don't even care if it makes sense. You're like, oh, that's a good point. Bro, you fought a guy no one even wanted to see you fight. Ramirez ain't looked impressive for many, many, many moons. And he was coming off of a loss. Why didn't you fight Barbosa or somebody who has some momentum? Fight Gary Antoine Russell or something like that. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all just let the Haneys get away with anything. If you wanted to fight at a catchweight of 144, you should have fought Gary Antoine Russell. Show us that you can evade the hook versus a person like that, who's relentless, got a chin, low-key barbaric, strong, coming off a great win with Rayo. Show us against a person like that. You picked literally a person with no momentum coming off a loss to prove that you're not susceptible to the hook. Cap. We're going to see now with this Brian Norman fight. Bro, these dudes are pathetic and they don't understand boxing. This man said Gary got outboxed by Pollo. You don't even know the man's name. Pollo is chicken. You don't even know what you're saying. Second, you idiots you treat it like socks where you can just mix and match them. That is not how boxing works. The man said Gary Russell got outboxed by Pollo, chicken, but he means Pollo, right? Pollo is his own fighter. He has his own set of attributes. He has more power, I would say, than Devin Haney. He has his own height. He's durable. He has his own style. You talking about, oh, because this person did it, then this person did it. That's not how that works. Like, I just went to see the Brad Pitt movie F1. Excellent film. That's like me saying, oh man, Brad Pitt, he was in it and the movie was dope. So now when you replace Brad Pitt and put a weaker actor in there, then it might not be the same movie. See how that works? So if you took the same movie and then instead of it being Brad Pitt, you put in Pauly Shore, you think the movie F1 is going to be as good as it was? This is how dumb boxing fans sound to me. They move pieces around. They move these different pieces around and say, oh, but this person did this, so da-da-da-da. If you move anything around, it changes the dynamics. Like I said, if you take Brad Pitt out the movie and put Pauly Shore or somebody else who can't act as good as Brad Pitt, don't have the look, the voice, the blah, 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 it's not the same movie. That's like, what if you put Training Day and instead of Denzel being Alonzo, you picked like Columbus Short from Stomp the Yard? It's a whole different movie now. Columbus Short can't do what Denzel did. You see how dumb that sounds? Like, you can't just interchange what you want and then expect it to have the same outcome. You could tell they're only fans and never been in the ring before bro, these dudes they're like pathetic. I can't wait because we got to fight. So just pray everybody's healthy and we get to November and then we're gonna get an outcome. But a lot of the comments I'm reading don't really sound like boxing knowledge. They talk about, oh man, Brian Norman, he's gonna easily be outboxed. Okay, show us then. Outbox him. They're here to protect Lord Haney. Facts. And you know how I know they don't know boxing and they're fanboys? Is notice they only bring up like the points in the conversation that benefit Devin Haney. They'll be like, oh, but Devin Haney, he showed some pop versus Regis Prograis. Okay. But what about the aspect of Devin Haney was getting clipped effortlessly by Ryan's left hook and Brian Norman just knocked the person out with a left hook? What about that? So you don't want to factor that into your boxing analysis and your data bank? Like, honestly, if you really are a true boxing fan, you should be able to internalize and talk boxing with some sense. So whatever BS argument that you're making, cool. But don't you think you need to factor in the fact that Devin was getting like somebody his age, somebody his size, somebody with power and a left hook was crucifying him. Now Brian Norman is not out of prime. He's got crazy momentum. The Santillan win was crazy. The Jin Sasaki win was crazy, right? So, yeah, you should probably factor that in too. Hey, shout out to the UK. They only want to bring up certain points to try to make it look like they're being objective, but they're not. Momentum goes to Brian Norman. I would say size goes to Brian Norman. The other thing is Devin fought at a catch weight of 144. He fought at a catch weight. So this is going to be really your first fight at 147. Bro, Turkey don't care. Turkey just want to see what he want to see. This is going to be Devin's first fight at the full welterweight. Because it's a title fight, I don't see them changing the rules or fighting at a catch weight. They're fighting for Norman's title. And Devin, to me, he looked too timid versus Jose Ramirez. Like, bro, Jose Ramirez wasn't even really doing much, and Devin looked petrified. So when you get in there with Brian Norman, if you did that with a Jose Ramirez coming off a loss, who's older, how on earth are you going to look versus Brian Norman? That's my question. So it's not looking good to me. Like, that's like, if, like, for example, if you're walking down the street and a chihuahua is off the leash and start barking at you, and you scared as hell off the chihuahua, what would you do if a pit bull was off the leash and coming towards you and barking? You're scared off the chihuahua. You see what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all an analogy. Do you understand the analogy I'm giving to y'all? If there was a chihuahua off the leash and then you're about to a brick because a chihuahua is like approaching you aggressively and barking, then what would you do if it was a bigger dog? That's the question I'm asking. It's a Rottweiler. It's a Greyhound. It's a Pit Bull. Like, how are you going to respond then if the Chihuahua had you shook? You was in there with Jose Ramirez. He wasn't really doing nothing, and you fought super negative. Brian Norman definitely is on like more in prime and younger and stronger, and you have to fight at his weight where he got all the fights in. And he not like Boots where he probably got it. He looked like he can make the weight a bit easier. This is a super difficult fight. So I'm not expecting a super drained version of Brian Norman. This is super dangerous. Devin has been matched carefully, feasting on a buffet of has-beens and significantly smaller fighters. Ryan Garcia and Brian Norman Jr. are not that. The other thing, too, is if Devin lose to Brian Norman, especially the worse it is, he going to look crazy because he said Brian Norman was ASS. So we going to see now that the fight signed. This is why we like boxing. We going to see if he's all that stuff you were saying. And, like, even if you, like, first of all, if you fight, Turkey's setting them up, bro. Because if you fight negative, Turkey might not want to do business with you. Turkey's been advocating that he don't want to see no chicken fights. He don't want to see no Tom and Jerry style fights. He don't want to see no runners. So if that's the case, that doesn't benefit Devin to me. That would benefit the naturally bigger guy who has more experience at the natural weight, the champion, and he's hitting harder. So I don't know. It seemed like a setup to me, but like I said, props to Devin for taking it. Props to Norman for taking it. I don't know. The momentum's definitely with Brian Norman. Now, the only thing tricky is I hope there's no, like, what Schofield said he was poisoned or Daniel Dubois said he got sick the last minute. I hope we don't have no weird, like, crazy thing. And, like, if Brian Norman all of a sudden he's sick on fight week or he looked like a different fighter totally, it's going to be, people are going to start questioning things, bro. If Brian Norman, we've been watching him on all them top ranked cards. You just watched him in Japan. If he come out and all of a sudden he looks sickly and stuff like that, people are going to start raising the eyebrow, asking a lot of questions. You know what I mean? A lot of questions, because that don't even make no sense at that point. So I hope we don't have no BS where it's like, oh, Norman got sick the week of the fight, blah, blah, blah. So we'll have to wait and see that part. Yeah, they definitely need to do their testing on both fighters. So we'll see how it play out. Let me know what you guys think. I'm about to get out of here. So Conti and Vada. Yeah, I think it's super difficult, especially with Turkey advocating for no running and all that, smaller rings. And in Saudi Arabia also puts pressure because I don't think they want to bring fights back like Canelo Skull, where they had that fight in Saudi and everybody hated it, because then that kind of makes the kingdom look like the events ain't popping. They're looking for more better B of Bevel style fights that people seem happy with. So Devin's probably going to be forced to fight. And we'll see how it all plays out. Anyway, I'll be back with some more heat. Y'all let me know what you think. Devin, Brian Norman, next.